Hey guys, it's me, Emily Minerva. Welcome back to Rooted and Real. This week we're going to be talking about perspective, so let's get started.
Everything that I've read, praise the Lord. Worship Christ with the best of.
So this week while I was reading the book of Genesis, I was reading about the Garden of Eden. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 9, it says, "And he made the tree of life grow in the center of the garden." So, with that said, we know that the tree of life is in the center of the garden, and all the rest of it is just around it. Then, in chapter 3, verse 2, "Then the woman said to the snake, 'We may eat the fruit of the trees in the garden, but from the tree which is in the center of the garden, God said, do not eat from it, do not touch it, or you will die.'" So that said, it's like last chapter, God said the tree of life is in the center, but you're telling the snake that the one you cannot eat is in the center. In their minds, in the woman's mind, it is in the center because that is where she's focusing. She's focusing on what she cannot do. So that's what her decisions are revolving around. What you focus on is the axis of which your world revolves around. And in that case, it should have been God. It should have been the tree of life, but it was the tree that could kill them. So while I was reading it, I came up with differences of being tempted and versus doing it. So doing it is in the act which leads to sin. Doing the sin you are being tempted at. Touching, crossing it, hitting that line. I would say do not touch it or eat from it. Being tempted is somebody telling you to do it, but not going anywhere near it. For example, let's say you're on a diet and you don't want to have any sweets, but your mom just made some yummy chocolate, right? Like, let's say your mom says, "Hey, I made some choco flan. Do you want some?" You already know you do not want to eat it. Your mindset is like, "I won't eat it, I won't eat it." But when she says it, if you're like, "No, Mom, I'm okay. Like, I'm really trying to stick with this," that's being tempted but not doing it. And then if she's like, "Hey, I made some choco flan," but you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll just have one bite. Just one bite." That's doing the temptation because you know that one bite isn't gonna just be one bite. That's like when you take a little fork to the brownie and you're just like, "I just want to make it even, I just want to make it even." Next thing you know, you ate the whole brownie. Once Adam and Eve acted on the temptation, sin entered the world. And they saw how they were, they saw that they were naked and all that, and they wanted to hide from God. But God came to find his lost children. The reason they hid from God is because they knew what they did. But God was like, "I'm here for y'all, I'm here for y'all." But then they were just like, no, God, you can't see me like this. God knew how they looked. He didn't want them to know how they looked because he knew how they would act. So then, when they're like, "What did y'all do? What did y'all do?" Adam says, "Eve did it." And then Eve's like, "The snake told me to do it." And then it's just a cycle of blaming. Okay. And then when I was thinking about what I was going to speak on this week, a few of these things came to my mind. So I wanted to share them. So, this song I like, it's called "Inhabit." It's by Lakewood Music. And one of the verses in the song is, "We will see miracles happen when we put you first in our lives." A lot of times we focus on things and not God. We can block our blessings. With focus, it can be finished. Just remember to thank God for every single blessing, because what you might not care much about is something that somebody's praying every day and every night. Let's say you're like, "Oh, I hate my job. Like, my job asks so much for me and blah blah blah, and I barely get paid and this that." Somebody could be praying day and night that they could find any job because they cannot find a job. And your paycheck, though it seems small to you, it's like the lottery to them. It's all about perspective. A lot of people blame Adam and Eve. Like, if they hadn't sinned, we wouldn't have death and pain. But I don't know about y'all. Jesus is my best friend. If there was nothing to save, he might never have left his throne. Maybe we would have messed up down the line anyways, but the truth is, without sin, we might have never have known Jesus in the fact that he came down and saved us. And we might not even have had half of our Bible, our New Testament, because that starts with Jesus' life. So thank God for Adam and Eve, and thank God for Jesus who saved what we broke. It is all about perspective.